Hello everyone and welcome to the F1 corner after the practice session of the Spanish Grand Prix at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. This is a weekend where finally we should be able to separate the men from the boys, meaning that this is a track where usually we have a very good idea of where a car stands in Formula One. It's a track with a little bit of everything, so if you are good in Barcelona, usually you can expect your car to be good pretty much everywhere, which is why most of preseason testing is usually done in Spain. So, after FP2, where do we stand? Well, surprisingly enough, both Mercedes are actually looking quite strong compared to the Red Bull on a track where we expect actually the Red Bull to be a little bit better, but Mercedes topping the chart in both practice session, Bottas this morning and Verstappen in the afternoon, and Hamilton, sorry, in the afternoon. For the Red Bull, this morning Verstappen was pretty strong, but in FP2, only ninth and 10th for both drivers. This is very, very strange. There are suspicions that they were turning the engine down this afternoon because when you compare their top speed to Yuki Tsunoda at AlphaTauri, the AlphaTauri was actually 11 km an hour faster than the Red Bull. So are Red Bull hiding their cards? Nobody can tell, but we will find out during qualifying on Saturday. But obviously, 9 and 10 is not where they should be. McLaren maybe in for a bit of a struggle. Norris 12, Ricardo 15th in FP2. Ricardo struggling actually in both sessions, and he is a driver that is adapting to a new car, obviously, but needs to extract more. He had a disappointing qualification in Portugal. Will try to redeem himself this weekend. Norris, currently third in the championship, tries to keep the pace, still realistic. After the interviews, he said that he knows that car might not always be the third best on the grid. So where will they stand after qualifying on Saturday? We will see. Very, very strong result, actually promising result for Alpine Renault. After a double point finish in Portugal, fourth and fifth actually in FP2 in Spain. It looks like they are a bit on a run after a slow start, we should say. Now they started really improving since Portugal and just continuing on what seems to be working for that car. So there is hope for them to potentially produce a good result. Aston Martin, it's pretty much the same. They are just at the limit of the top 10. Vettel 11th, Stroll 14th in the afternoon. They had a relatively strong outing in qualifying in Portugal, but the race was absolutely awful. So what can they do in Spain? They need to keep building on that car. We know that the new regulations for 2021 impacted them a little bit more harder than other teams, but this is part of the game. It's the same for everyone. They all had to adapt. So Aston Martin should not complain too much, even if they are publicly. Ferrari is also looking fairly strong with Leclerc third in the afternoon and Carlos Sainz 8th. Same thing in the morning in FP1, they had 5 and 6. So Ferrari making another step forward. They are the team that will probably fight McLaren the most for third place in the championship. I think they are still a little bit behind McLaren, but compared to where they were last year, where they were struggling to even make the top 10, this is a very big improvement and a promising result for the two red drivers. AlphaTauri also promising. They had a tough start of the season too, with both drivers never being really consistent for a full weekend. Pierre Gasly, of course, he's the experienced one. He should have gotten better result than what he did so far. Yuki Tsunoda learning, but after a strong first race in Bahrain, could not really replicate the same results. Still, in FP2, 6th and 7th. They look like they could have a car to challenge the points this weekend. And then we get, of course, to the back of the grid, Alfa Romeo. Robert Kubica actually ran this morning in place of Kimi Raikkonen, so this is cool for him, but he ended up beaching the car in the gravel. Giovinazzi looking as usual, 12, 13 in that vicinity, where if something happens to the top teams, they could be in for the points. And then, both Haas, we know it's going to be a struggle. Not much really to talk about. Nikita Mazepin having trouble spinning again, hitting the gravel. And Williams, Roy Nissany, the reserve driver, went out in the morning in replace of George Russell. Russell taking back the helm in the afternoon. 17, 18. Williams, we know, also have a pretty difficult car and are not real contenders for point. But another small shout out to Mick Schumacher, who was impressive enough to finish 18th in FP1, beating Robert Kubica. So, Haas are taking their little victories where they can. And Williams, George Russell will start to get impatient to get somewhat of a good drive after 3 years in F1. For sure, I think he would like to be in a better car when you see that Charles Leclerc and Lando Norris are already in top teams. So Russell still trying to demonstrate what he can do with the team. Thank you for watching, everyone. Please remember to hit the like button and to subscribe to this channel, and I will see you again after the qualifying session of the 2021 Spanish Grand Prix. Thank you. Have a nice day.